The Secret of the Black Pyramid, Chapter 1. The torn page in one of old Cairo's dusty neighborhoods.
Oh.
Nader, a master's student in Egyptology, was flipping through old university archives when a worn, yellowed page slipped out of a file. It didn't resemble any document he had seen before. Covered in ancient hieroglyphs and partially deciphered symbols, one line in handwritten Arabic stood out. "The treasure is not buried beneath the sand, but guarded by the curse of time." Intrigued, Nader examined the symbols more closely. Among them, he noticed a depiction of a pyramid unlike any he had ever seen before. After days of research, he stumbled upon a reference to something known as the Black Pyramid, a mysterious structure mentioned in ancient texts but never found. Chapter 2. The journey begins determined to uncover the truth. Nader decided to investigate, but he knew he couldn't do it alone. He called his friend Yasmin, a tech-savvy expert in ground scanning technology, and Saif, an adventurer and ex-explorer with experience in desert missions. The three met in a local cafe, quickly formed a plan, and set off for Siwa Oasis, where they believed the first clues would lead them. After renting a desert jeep, they set off before dawn. The journey was grueling, scorching sun, endless dunes, and sleepless nights, but something in their hearts pushed them forward. On the second day, they arrived at a forgotten region filled with dark sand dunes. Using Yasmin's ground scanner, they detected symmetrical angles beneath the surface. The base of a pyramid. Chapter 3. The Gate of Darkness. They started digging, and after an entire day of effort, uncovered a stone doorway surrounded by ominous symbols. One warning read, "He who enters without right shall leave only as a shadow." But curiosity overpowered fear. They lit their torches and stepped into a narrow tunnel that spiraled downward into the earth. The air grew heavier. Darkness pressed against them, but they pushed on. Eventually, they reached a circular chamber at the end of a sloping hallway. In the center stood a massive statue of Horus, its eyes made of glowing blue stones. The walls told the tale of King Nebka, who hid his kingdom's treasure within this pyramid. After he was cursed by priests for refusing to relinquish power. Chapter 4. Riddles and the Curse. The floor of the chamber was filled with strange tiles. It turned out some were traps. One misstep nearly sent Yasmin falling into a pit of spikes. Saif pulled her back just in time. In one corner of the chamber, they found a sealed stone door, etched with a strange split eye, symbol half of the Eye of Horus. Nader, poring over his notes, realized the lock was based on planetary alignment. King Nebka, it turned out, was fascinated with the stars. After hours of calculation and trial, they finally unlocked the door. Behind it lay the final corridor leading to the burial chamber. Chapter 5. The treasure and the light. They entered the grand chamber, now completely silent. At its heart lay a massive sarcophagus, surrounded by golden statues and walls plated with hieroglyphs carved into pure gold. The sarcophagus wasn't empty. Inside rested the mummified body of King Nebka, draped in a jewel-covered robe. In his hand, a strange glowing amulet pulsed with faint blue light. Nader reached for it, but suddenly, the ground trembled, and a deep voice echoed through the chamber. "You have broken the seal." The voice seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. A mysterious energy filled the room, and the walls began to glow with warning inscriptions. Saif insisted on taking the amulet, ignoring Nader's warnings. "No, it doesn't belong to us," he cried. But Saif grabbed it anyway. In that instant, the light vanished. A few seconds of pitch black. Then the torches reignited. Saif lay unconscious on the ground. They lifted him and ran, the corridors collapsing behind them. With a final leap, they escaped through the narrow entrance, just as the pyramid sealed itself, as if it had never been opened. Final chapter, returning with nothing or everything. At their desert camp, Saif slowly regained consciousness, but he remembered nothing of what happened after touching the amulet. Strangely, the artifact was gone, vanished, as if it never existed. Back in Cairo, Nader noticed a faint mark on his palm, a symbol resembling the Eye of Horus. Ever since he began to see things, symbols glowing on ancient walls, hidden meanings in old texts, knowledge awakening within him, as if something ancient had been unlocked. And the Black Pyramid? No one ever found it again. It was swallowed by the sands. But Nader knew this was not the end of a story. It was only the beginning of a far greater one, yet to be told.